You're watching Grandpa's Penny Jar, and today I'm going to show you 33 free vegetable gardening hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. Create a mini greenhouse with water jugs. Just cut the bottom off a gallon-sized plastic jug and place it over young seedlings in your garden. The clear plastic traps warmth and moisture, creating the perfect environment for seedlings to thrive. On especially cold nights, you can even leave the cap on to keep the heat inside. During the day, just remove the cap to allow ventilation and prevent overheating. Use sponges in pots to hold water. Place an old sponge at the bottom of the pot before adding soil. The sponge absorbs excess water and slowly releases it back into the soil as it dries out, keeping your plants from drying up too quickly. This is especially useful for container gardening, where soil tends to dry out much faster than garden beds. Store seeds with silica packets. To keep your seeds dry and viable for longer, toss a few silica gel packets into your seed storage container. You know those little packets that come with new shoes or electronics? Don't throw them away. They absorb moisture, keeping your seeds from getting moldy or losing their ability to germinate. Make a scoop from a milk jug. Grab an empty milk jug and cut the bottom corner at an angle to create a handy scoop. Use it for spreading compost, potting soil, or even birdseed. The handle makes it easy to use, and since it's plastic, it won't rust like metal tools. Sprinkle cayenne pepper to keep raccoons away. Sprinkle a generous amount around the perimeter of your garden and on the soil near your plants. Most animals hate the spicy scent and will steer clear. It's a completely natural and non-toxic way to keep pests at bay, and it won't harm your plants or the environment. Just remember to reapply after heavy rain to keep the protection strong. DIY seed starters from egg cartons. Old-fashioned frugal living tip right here. Don't buy seed trays. Use an egg carton instead. When the seedlings grow, just plant the whole thing. It'll break down naturally. Scratch large seeds for faster soaking. You can speed things up by lightly scratching them with sandpaper or nicking them with a knife before soaking them in water overnight. This allows moisture to penetrate the shell more quickly, helping your seeds sprout faster. Eggshells for calcium. Instead of throwing eggshells away, crush them up and mix them into your soil or compost. You can also sprinkle them around plants to deter slugs and snails, as the sharp edges make it difficult for them to crawl over. Mix ash and coffee grounds for plant growth. Wood ash from your fireplace and used coffee grounds can be mixed together to create a powerful soil amendment. Ash adds potassium and raises soil pH, while coffee grounds provide nitrogen and organic matter. Just sprinkle the mixture around your plants, but be careful not to overdo it. Too much ash can make soil too alkaline. Use plywood to catch slugs. Lay a board flat on the ground in your garden overnight, and by morning, you'll find slugs hiding underneath, seeking shelter from the sun. Just lift the board and dispose of them however you see fit. This is a simple, chemical-free way to protect your plants. Make tomato cages from wire mesh. Cut a length of mesh, roll it into a cylinder, and secure the ends together with zip ties or twist ties. Place it around your tomato plants to provide sturdy support as they grow. Collect free leaves for compost. Leaves are gold for composting. Just rake them up, pile them in, and let nature do the work. Clean rusty tools with vinegar. Soak them in vinegar overnight, then scrub with a brush or steel wool to remove the rust. This simple trick keeps your tools in great shape without needing harsh chemicals. Banana peels for potassium. Banana peels are rich in potassium and phosphorus, both essential nutrients for plant growth. Chop them up and bury them near the roots of your plants, or soak them in water to create a natural fertilizer tea. Use cinnamon to keep ants away. Ants bothering your plants? Sprinkle some cinnamon around. It's a natural deterrent, and it smells great too. Put grass clippings on dirt to feed plants. Grass clippings are rich in nitrogen, which plants love, and they also help retain moisture in the soil. Plus, they act as a natural mulch, suppressing weeds while breaking down over time to enrich the dirt. Just be sure not to pile them too thick. About an inch or two will do, otherwise they can start to rot and smell. Grow lettuce under taller plants. Plant it underneath taller vegetables like tomatoes, corn, or pole beans. These taller plants provide natural shade, helping your lettuce stay crisp and fresh for longer. Not only does this trick protect your lettuce, but it also maximizes space in your garden, which is especially useful if you're working with a small area. Make labels from cut-up cans. Instead of buying fancy labels, just cut up an old soda can or tin can into strips. Use a nail or screwdriver to scratch the name of the plant into the metal and stick it in the soil next to your seedlings. These DIY labels won't fade, won't break down in the rain, and best of all, they're free. Use pine needles as mulch. Pine needles make an excellent mulch, helping retain moisture while also keeping weeds at bay. They break down slowly so they'll last longer than traditional mulch, and they add a bit of acidity to the soil, perfect for acid-loving plants like tomatoes, blueberries, and strawberries. If you don't have pine trees, check with neighbors or local parks. Collect rainwater for your garden. Set up a rain barrel or simply place large buckets under your gutter downspouts to collect rainwater. Plants love rainwater because it's free from chemicals like chlorine and fluoride, which are often found in tap water. Use vegetable cooking water for fertilizer. After boiling vegetables like potatoes, spinach, or carrots, don't pour that water down the drain. It's loaded with nutrients that can give your plants a boost. Let the water cool completely, then use it to water your garden. Just be sure not to add salt when cooking, as too much salt can harm plants. Use rocks around plants to keep them warm. During the day, the rocks absorb heat from the sun, and at night, they slowly release it, keeping your plants warmer. This little trick extends the growing season and helps protect against unexpected cold snaps. Make fertilizer from weed tea. Fill a bucket with weeds, add water, and let it sit for about a week. The nutrients from the weeds leach into the water, creating a weed tea that you can pour on your plants for a natural, nutrient-rich boost. Just make sure to remove the weeds before they go to seed, or you'll be planting new ones. Ask tree trimmers for free mulch. Tree trimming companies often have loads of wood chips they need to get rid of. Many will happily drop off a truckload for free if you ask. Wood chips make excellent mulch, keeping moisture in and weeds out while slowly breaking down to enrich the soil. Just call up your local tree trimming service and see if they have any to spare. Boiling water as a natural weed killer. Forget chemicals. Just pour boiling water on weeds and they'll shrivel up in no time. Simple, safe, and free. Keep grow lights on 24/7. If you're starting seeds indoors, don't bother turning grow lights on and off. Leave them on. Your seedlings will grow faster and stronger. Layered vegetable growing, also known as three sisters planting in some cultures, is a method where you grow plants of different heights together in the same space. For example, you can plant tall crops like corn, middle height crops like beans, and ground covering crops like squash all in the same bed. The corn provides natural support for the beans to climb, while the squash spreads out across the ground, acting as a living mulch that retains moisture and blocks weeds. This is a perfect way to maximize your growing space while also creating a mini ecosystem where each plant helps the others thrive. Soak seeds in Epsom salt water. Epsom salt is rich in magnesium and sulfate, two essential nutrients that help seeds germinate faster and grow stronger. Just dissolve about 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt in a cup of warm water and soak your seeds for 4 to 6 hours before planting. The salt helps soften the seed coat, allowing water to penetrate more easily. Plus, the magnesium in the Epsom salt encourages healthy root development, which means stronger, more resilient plants use cardboard for weed control. Before you lay down mulch, spread a layer of flattened cardboard over the soil. This creates a natural barrier that blocks sunlight, preventing weeds from growing. Over time, the cardboard breaks down and enriches the soil with organic matter. The best part? It's completely free. Just save up your old boxes, remove any tape or stickers, and put them to good use in the garden. This is a great way to recycle while also keeping your garden weed-free. Plus, earthworms love cardboard. It creates the perfect environment for them to thrive, and they'll help aerate your soil as they tunnel through. So don't throw away that Amazon box. Turn it into a weed-fighting weapon instead. Well, there you have it, folks. Free gardening hacks straight from the old days. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe for more gardening wisdom.